After all the controversy, the Seth Rogen comedy The Interview screened in theaters this Christmas. The movie, which is a satire about an assassination of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, had been cancelled at one point. Still, the limited theatrical release had people flocking to screens as a movement to support free speech. WSJ's Ben Fritz joins us now from Los Angeles in the middle of the night there. Ben, thanks for getting up so early.
Sure, thank you.
So it was touch and go whether this was in fact going to see a theatrical release at all. It did get one limited release, about 300 theaters. Why were people going?
I think there was a lot, there's so much attention and publicity. Some people just wanted to be part of the excitement, and some people thought it was a very patriotic act, to come out and see this film, given that it almost didn't come out because of a cyber attack that's been blamed on North Korea.
Now, still, the big chains didn't take this. They didn't want to do that. I think some of them were citing safety reasons, and we still had people go. And we'd also seen a lot of critics saying, "You know what? This isn't a great movie." But I've heard a lot of quotes of people saying, "Hey, it was fun."
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it was fun. I think it was very fun for the people who were out on Christmas Day with all the crowds who were, they were at the movies for a bigger reason than just to have fun like normally. It felt like you're part of a bigger movement, and that got people excited. And in that way, it probably made people enjoy the film more than they would have if they'd just gone to see this movie, which, as you said, according to critics, is not actually that good.
Funny, but not good, which are two very, very different things. You can have a good movie that makes a lot of money. Now, on the money front, this is a movie that cost over $40 million to make, which in movie terms is not a lot of money. But if you've only got 300 screens, that's not really going to bring back your money. And the opening weekend or the opening day is often a very important signal of that.
Sure. I mean, the box office returns for Sony Pictures from 315 theaters they're not going to be enough to make money. You're totally right. Now, don't forget, they also put the movie online. You can buy it or rent it from YouTube or Google or Microsoft. We'll make more money that way. And, Sony is still hopeful that maybe it'll get in more theaters in the future or more online platforms, and that they'll be able to open it in foreign countries where it hasn't gotten to yet. I don't think they expect to make a big profit on this film, but all this stuff all together, they could at least not lose too much. And, as we said only a week ago, they thought they wouldn't make any money on it.
And one of the things about the opening online, of course, is that it's not really been done in this way before. Having a theatrical release with the online release a day before the theatrical release, which is sort of a very strange thing in its own right. And normally the normal thing is a big theatrical release, and then then it tails off, and then a TV release, which they sell to TV, and then DVD, and and that sort of thing. This is different, so it's not a well-trodden path, is it?
No, not at all. This is a first-time thing to put a movie online at the same time it debuts in theaters when it's a major studio film, and this is all uncharted territory. All going back to this cyber attack. That's to kick this all off. Nobody's been in these waters before. They're doing all new things. It's ironic. A lot of digital proponents have wanted to see movies come out online at the same time they're in theaters. Nobody ever thought this would be the way it would happen. So it's a brave new world in all sorts of ways. The fact that you can watch a movie online or go in a theater at the same time. We've never seen that from Hollywood before. Now,
I remember studying in business school that owning a movie theater is not a great business, because really it's only a couple of days a week that you can really make any money at it. This is sort of making it a slightly less good business, and it started as bad. I mean, disruption, right?
Absolutely. That's the major theaters don't want to play it because they thought a lot of people wouldn't want to come because some people online who claimed to be the hackers on Sony, they were threatening violence at any theater that showed this film, which is why you only saw a few hundred independent theaters that were even willing to touch it. The major chains like AMC, Regal, they were afraid that people wouldn't go to any movies at all over the holiday period, which is a very critical time. And the malls they're located in were afraid people wouldn't even go shopping if they were near a theater. And as you said, a movie theater by itself is not a fantastic business. So people felt this was the last thing they needed. That's why they didn't want to touch it.
Okay. Interesting stuff. And always a pleasure. Thank you very much, Ben Fritz of the Wall Street Journal.